After you, Irene. Please, have a seat.
I hope you don't mind my using your phone, Lieutenant. I need to make a few calls.
Yeah, I do mind. You already got your stinking phone call.
Well, my associates are supposed to be arranging my release.
Your grief over your son's death is touching.
I am grieving. Deeply. On the inside.
Oh, Irene, we both know that's guilt on the inside.
And what do I have to be guilty about?
Killing Junior.
I brought some of your favorites. I remember when we were little and you were upset about something. You would want Kanegisara and Mofongo and, of course, the fun. Come on, Barito, you gotta eat something. I've been in the kitchen for hours.
I know that the police have arrested Todd for Victor's murder. But I remember the last time we spoke, you told me how much you hated my husband.
Todd?
Sorry. I don't mean to stare. I can't believe you're my daughter. I can't believe that Taya and I got something so right.
I'm not here to bond.
Okay. Why are you here?
Did you kill my father?
Dare you insinuate that I would kill my own son?
Well, let's get one thing straight. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm saying you did it.
Killed Victor?
I mean, unless you have another son that you killed I don't know about.
Why would you accuse me? You have already arrested Todd for the crime.
I know what you're going to say. That you're my father, and that Victor
I know how
wasn't.
you felt about my brother. I know you thought of him as your dad. I know that you loved him.
I'm glad you understand that.
And I would never take away someone that you love. Not from you. So no, Danielle, I swear to you, I did not kill Victor.
We both know that I never trusted Victor, but yes, I wanted him out of your life. I didn't want to see you so unhappy. I love you.
You love me, and yet you want to see the man I love out of my life. Where were you again the night of Victor's murder? Baz told me you gave him some story about a flat tire.
Yeah, McBain questioned me also, and I told him the truth. I was meeting with my associate Kalmar that night.
I see, your associate. And what did you meet with him about?
About trying to protect you and Daniela from Victor. I was concerned that Irene Manning still had control over him and that she was going to use him to hurt you.
Manning's arrest was the mayor's call.
Well, surely the mayor wouldn't have made that call without sufficient evidence.
No. I don't really care what she does. What I do care about is finding Victor's murderer.
Well, don't look at me.
I'm looking right at you.
Yeah, Jack says he saw you that night at my house. He says you knocked him down with a gun, and then you went in and you shot my dad.
Yeah, I know what he
He
says.
swore. He swore it was true. And I've known him a lot longer than I've known you.
Well, then you also know how he feels about me. Jack hates my guts.
Are you telling me he's lying?
Yeah, Jack is lying. Jack made up a story that could keep me in a place like this for the rest of my life.
Why would he make that up? You really think he hates you that much?
I think he has convinced himself that I killed the only father that he has ever known. And since there wasn't enough evidence to put me away without an eyewitness, he just did what he had to do. But I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I'm innocent. And Danielle, I need you to believe me.
Say, brother hated brother. It's in the Bible. Look at Cain and Abel. It's an old story, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I know. I went to Sunday school. And so's Medea. Mother killing her son, that one goes way back too.
Why would I kill Victor Jr.? I loved him. He's the son I kept. He's the son I chose to raise myself. Todd is the son I gave away.
You asked me if I did it. Part of you has to doubt Jack's story. Part of you has to think that I'm innocent. Look, I don't blame Jack for lying about me. I get it. I would never hold anything like that against him.
If you're really innocent, how can you say that?
He's my son.
It's that easy.
Yeah. Look, everything that's happened to Jack and to you and to everyone else in my family for the past 8 years can all be blamed on one person. My mother.
I don't know much about her, but she seems totally postal.
Yeah. The good news is you have a grandmother. The bad news is she'd rather stick you in the eye with a needle than knit you an ugly sweater.
Remember this? I was here when Victor tried to choke you.
An unfortunate misunderstanding.
No, there was no misunderstanding. I mean, he would have strangled you if we didn't pull him off. I mean, as I remember, that's how it happened. We pulled him off you.
Well, sadly, he shares Todd's violent temper.
And then Victor ends up dead a couple hours later. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Unless it is. From what I understand, everybody in this little hamlet of yours had at least one good reason to see him dead.
Yeah, but how many of them tried to kill him before? You did.
You do remember that I helped save Victor's life once when Irene Manning's people came to town and tried to kill him? I didn't want him dead then.
Maybe you changed your mind.
I swear to you, Taya, when I met with Kalmar, it was about protecting you. Not hurting you by killing the man you love. I would never do that.
I wish I could believe you.
Claire told me you'd think I was involved. But since Todd was arrested, I assumed you'd believe that I had nothing to do with it.
You missed Victor's funeral.
I was called away by the agency to go to Langley to try and neutralize Irene Manning.
I couldn't have waited a few hours. It was my husband's funeral, Tomas.
I wanted to be there for you. I'm trying to make up for that now.
By cooking me rice?
No, by being your brother. But if you still think that your brother would kill the man that you love, we'll go.
Lieutenant McBain, I have to tell you that I am truly impressed. You are quite the gumshoe. Unfortunately, you have forgotten some very important facts.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
While my poor son was being murdered, you had me in custody downstairs, locked up, tight.
You know, a go-getter like yourself, you could have arranged to have him killed.
Well, you give me far too much credit. I'm flattered.
So let's see, one son gets shot to death, and the other son gets charged with the crime. And you seemingly have the perfect alibi.
The alibi that you gave me. Have I thanked you for that yet, huh?
You saying you planned it that way?
If you don't believe my son killed his twin brother, then I suggest you start looking for another suspect, because I will not allow you to pin this murder on me.
I'm sorry, Tomas. I shouldn't be lashing out at you.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right. Nothing is all right. My head is spinning. And every time I turn around, Todd is there. Oh, that is until he was arrested.
Where did you see him?
I saw him at the police station the day after Victor's murder. He even asked me to represent him, so I went off on him.
I'll bet you did.
And he even had the nerve to show up at St. James after the funeral.
Wish I'd been there. I would have tossed him out myself.
Well, I took care of that. And then he has the nerve to call me after he is arrested for murdering my husband and asks me to defend him.
Completely understand why you would be upset.
Thank you.
But But if Todd was arrested, why did you accuse me? Don't you think Todd murdered Victor?
I know everyone thought my grandmother was dead, but I never even heard anybody talk about her. I mean, my dad, my uncle.
It's okay. You don't need to correct yourself.
No, I
Look,
know
and
that...
I know... Hold on a second. I don't expect you to accept me as your father anytime soon. And from what I heard, it was really difficult for you to accept Victor as your father.
It was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life.
Because of the things that he had done.
Mm-hmm.
What he had done to Marty Saybrook. Except Victor didn't do those things, did he? I did.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. How I treated my dad like dirt because of something you did.
Okay.
I hated him for it. Hated him. For all of it. I just wanted everything to stay the same. When I was growing up in Tahiti with my first dad, Ross, he taught me everything. He taught me how to surf. He taught me how to dive off cliffs. Everything was perfect. He was perfect, and I just wanted Ross to be my dad again.
Ross and I, we never got along. We were at each other's throats the whole time we were on that island. We drove your mother crazy.
Yeah, but...
I didn't know that your mother was pregnant with you, Danielle, because I left her. I left her to go be with Claire, to be with my family.
If you hadn't, you might never have seen them.
My point is that Ross was there for your mom. And I'm really grateful for that. And from what I can tell, he did a really great job raising you. Well, I'm grateful for that too. And I can only hope that someday you would begin to accept me as your dad.
That's probably still a long way off.
I know.
I should go.
Okay, Danielle. I need to ask you a favor. There's something you gotta do for me. I need to ask you a little favor.
Look, if this is about believing you're innocent,
No. It's about you helping me to prove that I'm innocent.
I can't do anything about that
Actually,
either.
there is something that you can do about that.
What?
Convince your mother to help me.
Ted, don't you think Todd killed his brother?
I don't know if I believe Jack's eyewitness account.
Wait, Jack saw Todd that night?
That's a story.
I thought Jack was knocked out before the shooting.
Oh,
He didn't see or hear anything after that.
well, now he's changing his tune. He's saying he saw Todd knock him out with a gun. Then he heard Todd take his keys and use them to open the front door. Then he heard Victor confront Todd. And then, right before he blacked out, apparently Jack is saying he heard a gunshot. But we all know Jack is a good liar.
Well, now you're thinking like a lawyer.
How else am I supposed to think? Like a woman who just lost her husband? Like a widow? Oh, God. I miss him so much.
Your mother is the best lawyer in the world. We both know that.
Yes, she's the best, but she's never gonna do this.
Look, your mom's the only person in the world that can keep me from going to jail for the rest of my life for a crime that I didn't commit.
She thinks you killed her husband.
But I didn't do it. Doesn't your mom want to know the truth? Doesn't she want to figure out who really did kill Victor? Doesn't she want the right person to pay for this?
I know Todd did it, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah. I can see it shattered. No phone call, no release. Hey, Mango, would you escort this lady back to her cell?
How long are you going to keep playing this little game, Lieutenant?
Until you tell the truth about Victor's death. I got all the time in the world.
Okay, how is it that you can paint beautifully, make beautiful music, neutralize enemies of the state,
Which I also do beautifully.
and cook this well?
Confession, I didn't actually cook it. I just said that because I thought it would help you eat. I didn't expect you to throw it at me. Carlotta made it. But I did put it on a tray.
And you wonder why I don't trust you.
I did make something for you myself. I did this a while back. Never showed it to anyone.
Thank you, Thomas.
How about if I go downstairs and grab some brandy? That'll help you sleep?
No, you know what? I want to show this to Dani.
My mom thinks the right person is paying. I was there when you called her. She refused to take your case.
So convincing?
No, I can't! Do you know what this is doing to her? Really, this is tearing her up to think that you could have done this.
Danielle, someone's setting me up.
Really? Who?
If you share your crazy theory with anyone, if you tell anyone that I know where the gun is, I can assure you it will never be found.
I can't tell you. It's a dangerous situation.
What do you mean? Huh?
Danielle, please. Just tell your mom that I can prove that I'm innocent. Will you do that? Could you just do that for me?
Oh, is that my beautiful granddaughter? Even though the circumstances are dreadful, it's lovely to finally meet you.
Danielle, get out of here right now.
Danielle, I'm Irene. I am your only grandmother.
Now! Get out of here!
Such a lovely little girl. I can't wait to get to know her.
You will never get that close to my daughter again.
Of course I will. And so will you. Now that you've talked to her, don't you want your freedom all the more? So, will you give me what I want?
I keep telling you the same thing over and over, lady. I don't know what it is that you want.
Your freedom is in your hands, my son. Didn't seeing your daughter help you decide? It would be so easy to just walk out of here and into the heart of that pretty little girl. Give me what I want, and I will give you what you need to prove you didn't kill Victor. And you can have your family back.
Dani, I'm calling you right now. I didn't see you in your room, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have called.
Well, no, that's okay. I'm just glad you're all right. Where were you? Dani?
I went to go visit Todd in jail.
Why would you do that? Why?
I wanted to hear what he had to say for himself.
What did he say?
He said he didn't kill Dad. And that you're the only person that can save him.
Talk about this, Roxy. No planking on the bar.
Hey, I heard the good news.
Oh, yeah? What good news is that?
Yeah, that Todd got arrested. Case closed, murder solved.
Yeah, according to the mayor, anyway.
Well, what about according to you? Don't you think that Todd killed Victor?
Hey, look, I gotta be honest, Roxy. I don't want to talk about work or the mayor or Todd Manning.
Okay, we're not talk about the mayor or Todd or nothing. Fine by me.
Thank you.
How about we talk about you and Natalie instead?